Hey y'all, Michelle Raza here with the Finding Yourself Book Club, and today we're going to talk about Lindsay Gibson's Recovering from Emotionally Immature Parents. We've been talking through Chapter 6, EI Parents Are Hostile Toward Your Inner World. If you get a chance, please do like and subscribe. It really does help us little YouTubers. And check out our website. We're at www.findingyourselfsatx.com. There you can take our free life balance questionnaire and send it to us. You can also just fill out a contact form and we'll be in touch. The first consult is always free and there's no obligation thereafter. Thank you. So today we're going to continue talking about EIPs and why they're so hostile toward your inner world. Often, EIPs don't just disagree with your ideas. They react contemptuously and angrily. When one 50-year-old woman told her father she had voted for a candidate he opposed, he jabbed his forefinger at her and said, "Don't you ever do that again." The intensity of his hostility suggested he was not only offended, but also threatened by the fact she had her own preferences. Let's look more closely at why EIPs can become hostile and attacking when you express your unique thoughts and feelings. Your inner world threatens their authority and security. EIPs don't like your inner world because it interferes with their emotional takeovers and threatens their authority. Remember, EIPs seek emotional control over you, so you'll prop up their self-esteem and emotional stability. No wonder they get upset when you turn your attention from worrying about them to having your own thoughts and plans instead. Your self-connection may remind them of what they've lost. Hearing about your hopes and dreams can remind them of their own disowned inner lives. They may mock and criticize you to keep emotional distance and avoid triggering their own painful memories. Your hopes for the future may remind them of their own lost opportunities. For example, one EI father ridiculed his son's dreams of being an artist because it reminded him of his own thwarted ambitions. This father never got to follow his dreams because he had to drop out of school to help support the family. He couldn't stand to hear his eager son express his excitement. It was too painful a reminder of what he never got to do. So this was a really short one, but basically, long story short, and I know that I touched on it in the last video, your connection with your own self, the fact that you are intuitive, you are most likely an internalizer, it is a threat to where they are on the emotional spectrum of emotional intelligence. And so basically, they're hostile to you because you being connected to yourself makes them feel, at the most visceral level, it makes them feel uneasy. And so you, honestly, just by being yourself, you're a threat. You're a threat to them. In the next video, we're going to talk about how it even happens that you learn to turn against your own inner world. And ultimately, this is in the hopes that we can prevent it, right, from becoming something bigger. Part of the journey in life coaching and of working with individuals is even understanding their own emotions and learning to express them. So I know that in my own journey, I was given a feelings wheel and told to try and identify my own feelings. And I will tell you that was very difficult for me. And sometimes I didn't know what I was feeling, and it was very hard to put it into words. And so when you've been raised by emotionally immature people, you're often, whenever you start to exhibit an emotion, especially if it's a somewhat negative one, which are natural, they're natural emotions, right? They're dismissed or they're quelched, they're just stomped on. And so you start to not, you don't recognize your own emotions, especially when they're on the negative side of the spectrum. But it can also happen to the positive ones. I remember Dr. Gibson in one of her books, whether it was this one or the other one, talking about a boy who was so excited to see his dad that he jumped the hedge, and he ended up taking off a piece of the top of the hedge. and his dad yelled at him. And so the boy from that moment on was just scared to express any emotion, whether it was positive or negative. And so when you're raised with people who are very averse to emotions at all, so they're emotionally immature, it really affects your own ability to connect and be in tune with your emotions. So Dr. Gibson is making some assumptions here that if you're watching this, you're most likely an internalizer, not an externalizer. That could be true, it could be not true. She's also making an assumption that you're in tune with your own emotions. That could be true, it could be not true. I would suggest, if you need some help connecting with your emotions, if you have feelings but you don't know what they are or how to express them, just Google a feelings wheel and start looking at it. And another really interesting trick that you can do is if you're feeling something, think about what color it would be. What color would your feeling be and why? And that can be a journal exercise that you do. And then another cool one is if your feeling were a weather pattern, what weather pattern would it be and why? And so those two things, along with the feelings wheel, can help you start to identify your own feelings, because it could be that you're very disconnected from your own inner world. And ultimately, once you reconnect, or if you are connected with your inner world, that still doesn't mean that the EIP in your life will be able to relate to you on that level. You have to meet them where they are. So again, as I've said plenty of times before, I know this is really hard work. I applaud you on taking the steps of this journey and being on this path. You're really strong. You're really strong for being here. And I'm happy to be here with you. So please do like and subscribe. It really does help us little YouTubers. Also, leave me your comments. I love responding to you guys and interacting with you. It is me that responds both here and on my website. So please do check that out as well. We're at www.findingyourselfsatx.com. Take care, y'all. Have a wonderful week, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Bye-bye.